Hi, welcome back. This is Timmy.
And my name's Tommy.
And this is the Timmy and Tommy
Film Review Show. And you have just seen Babel. Before I basically praise this movie, what did you think?
Oh, I simply hated the movie. Absolutely not. No, I liked it.
Okay.
I did, yeah.
I was like, what? I'm out of here.
Go ahead. I'll take the show myself.
No. So what did you think of it?
Actually, I liked it a lot. The problem with it is that so many people built it up. Babel, the Oscars, the coke whores that snort coke and play politics, and the Oscars gave it, I don't know, they gave it a couple of awards.
One.
Or one. A couple of the same award. Brad Pitt did a good job. I really think that he's developing as an actor.
Yes.
Where are some of the other actors that are in it?
Well, there was Jael Garcia Bernal.
Yeah.
He was in Science of Sleep. He was also in Amores Perros, which is another one of the director's films. And Amores Perros.
I gotta learn how to do that.
Yeah, Amores Perros.
Yeah.
There was Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett was.
And there were a couple of Japanese actors in there as well that aren't very popular in America.
Yeah, I actually liked all of them. They had strength in their character. There's a few things I didn't get in the movie, which was okay because I watched it again. So
you got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
How did you feel?
Well, okay. Babel is the way. Babel. Let me breathe for a second. Okay, Babel.
That is a perfect word to stutter on.
Yes,
by the way.
Yes. This is the way that films should be made. Okay. The music was great. The music was used actually as a plot device. It was used to push the story through. The lighting was fantastic, especially towards the end. You could actually, it almost looked like a painting in some of the scenes with the Japanese detective and the Japanese girl. And then that ending shot was phenomenal. And basically everything in there, like the struggles that were portrayed dramatically, just everything about this movie was great. And I'm really ticked off that it didn't get Best Picture. And you said that it was hyped up, but it was only hyped up after the Academy Awards came out. If you didn't know, Babel was actually never played in the mainstream theaters. It was only played in the independent film theaters. And it's...
Whoa, no. I saw it at...
You saw it at Edwards?
At Edwards.
Really?
And at AMC.
Well, there was a long time. I didn't know that because I know for a long time I looked for it in the main theaters and I didn't see it. Mm-hmm. It basically started out in the independent film theaters, and basically it didn't get its hype until it was actually started nominating. Nobody even knew about the film until it actually started getting nominated for awards, and it finally started getting the credit it deserved. But the guy, the director, and I'm gonna butcher his name, but it's like it's Alejandro his name is Alejandro. I don't know.
He did a better job than I would have.
Yeah, Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu is the director. He also directed, like I said, Amores Perros and 21 Grams with Sean Penn. And all three of these films are made just the way this one was, where you're given a certain segment of the story, and then we cut to another story, and that story doesn't finish until later in the movie. And that's a very creative way to present an entire story where it all comes together in the end. And I really like this film, and I didn't know that the Academy Awards gave out sympathy Oscars. So
You didn't know that?
no, didn't know that, but now I do.
Yeah, you gotta pay your dues to be in the Oscars. And the Oscars just like they totally do not have my respect, and they haven't had my respect for a long time.
This has been there's a film review we did on Crash a while back, and Tim actually introduced to me the idea that the Academy Awards do not know what they're doing, or the Academy doesn't know what they're doing, and I personally felt it now when I saw that Babel only got one Academy Award. I was very pissed because I think that the lady who was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, she should have gotten that award, and among others, but especially Best Picture and Best Director. If not Best Picture, it should have gotten Best Director. I mean, I honestly don't understand why The Departed got it, but I'll save that for our next. We actually have The Departed on there as well.
Speaking of The Departed, Brad Pitt gave up his starring role in The Departed.
Wow.
A film he co-produced.
Nice.
In order to participate in this film.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
He's a longtime fan of Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu. I'm working, man. I'm working.
Carnegie, Summit.
Kerr. I read them, I didn't know.
Anyways, but yeah, this was just a great film because you kind of have to. It exposes different cultures and how they interact with each other and the struggles. I mean, the title itself comes from the biblical text of the story of Babel, and it shows
the
biblical
stories. Book of Genesis.
Yeah, in Babel, the story of Babel, the Tower of Babel, and how many times have I said Babel in this entire? Anyways,
You're Babel.
nice, and it comes from the biblical text, and it shows you the differences in culture, the differences in everything, how different cultures fear one another, and especially at the border, with Hal Garcia Bernal's portrayal of his character, a strongly proud Mexican from Mexico who would rather live in Mexico than live in America, and that was portrayed very well in this film.
Yeah, the title refers to the story of the Tower of Babel in the biblical book of Genesis.
Yeah.
The story of how everybody spoke a common language. I'm going to subtext all this so I don't read to you. No, everybody spoke the same language, and God, seeing this, decides to confuse the language so that everybody has different languages. And it's funny because everybody is generally good in the movie, and because of misunderstanding the language, there's a lot of stereotypes portrayed, and a lot of good people are considered bad.
Yeah. Especially, like I said, Hal Garcia Bernal's character.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend that you go watch the director's other films, 21 Grams. 21 Grams is a hard movie to watch because you have to pay attention to everything that's going on.
Don't drink
put it all together.
while you watch movies. Well, that movie.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes, and you have to focus very hard on what's going on. And also watch Amoros Perros. The whole movie's in Spanish, but you get subtitles. It's a very good film. Very good film.
The little kid that shot the rifle, he was playing soccer in the town, and he was cast. The
Nice.
one that fumbles with the rifle.
Yeah.
He was cast right there in the spot.
Nice.
He was playing
Wow.
soccer. Yeah, so
He did a very good job.
Excellent.
Acting.
He did a very good job.
Yeah. You can edit.
Acting.
Yeah, he did a very good job. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Babel. I don't know if I'd watch this more than 3 times. So I'm going to say rent. Watch it on Channel 6, and then watch it again on Channel 6, and then you should be good.
Yeah. Well, this is the type of film where you have to sit down. You have to sort of be ready to emotionally invest yourself in this film. You can't just sit down and sit back and be like, yeah, I'm just going to watch this film and expect to get a lot out of it. Because if you want to just sit back and watch a film, go watch, Die Hard or something. But this film,
They're coming out with another Die Hard.
I know. Which is, I don't know what I think about that, but anyways.
Die Harderist.
Right. But if you're going to sit down and watch this film, watch the whole thing from beginning to end and be ready to emotionally invest yourself in this film. Watch it again just to get the whole feel, to relive it, and then that's it. I myself am going to buy it because I collect films like these, masterpieces as I would like to call it, because Babel was a masterpiece along with American Beauty. But yeah, it seems like, I don't know what. What?
I would never call that a masterpiece.
You don't think Babel?
No, I think you throw masterpiece around like British people throw brilliant around.
I disagree. I think Babel was such a great film. I would buy it. I would recommend buying it because if you're a true film watcher and you respect the aspects of film, I would buy this movie. This is a very good film to have in your collection.
As always, if you disagree with us or if you have a comment for us, please leave it on Timmy and Tommy. On MySpace, we'll have the website
After the
show and the closing credits. We love reading the mail. We love reading the hate mail. We love reading the good.
Yes, and feel free to leave us a message. We will respond to your messages on later episodes during this.
We accept everybody as a friend. Mostly, there's a few nut jobs in there in corporate America trying to get in on it. But for the most part, it's a good site for people just to post on there. So go ahead and check us out there.
All right.
Well, there you have it. And we will put our reviews for the month of March after
they will be on MySpace.
Okay. Well, this has been Timmy.
And this has been Tommy
On the Timmy and Tommy
Film Review Show.